Into Sentai Sensibility, our Sentai and Victorian England fun that we had. As always, I am TR Grimm. I'm the Master of Ceremonies for this. You can find me on all the social at empathic_Grimm, and I am here to have a lot of fun with all these fantastic people. And I'm going to go ahead and pass it off to Blake.
So ready. Hi. Hello, everybody. I'm Blake. I'm playing Francis Patrick Brown, the the Duke who's, now thrust to this, new kind of life that, well, we'll see where it goes. But should be a fun time, I think, if you're watching, I guess, to see what's gonna happen. Yeah, I'll pass it back to the Master of Ceremonies, let him take it back away.
And let's go ahead and next go with Natalie.
Alright, hello everybody, my name's Natalie. Find me most places on the internet with Ghost Candle. And tonight I am playing the Miss Beatrice P. Douglas. Pretty well assured of what is going to happen and what is to come, and is preparing for it all in the best way that she can do. And she will not have any of this melancholy around here. That's for sure.
All right, and
we got a lot of background noise.
That's from you, buddy. From you, Scott.
Love you.
Are you still hearing background noise?
Yes.
It was the dogs goofing off.
It's the dogs skittering around.
Oh, I had turned off my microphone, so you're hearing it in Zoom, but it's not being heard in stream.
Oh, okay, cool, perfect. Sorry, everyone, we had some technical difficulties on our ends. Anyways, let's go ahead and pass it off now to Morgan.
Why you gotta pass it to me? No. What's up, travelers? It is me, Morgan. Mindflayed Mondays. You can find me everywhere on the socials at Mindflayed Mondays, or on Twitch. Or Twitter. It's Mindflayed Mon. We run pro games for clients, so check us out, mindflayedmondays.com. Oh my god, it's so loud, Scott. Like I said, I'm the founder of Mindflayed Mondays. Check us out. Yeah, it's super loud.
You're not. We're able to hear you through all of this.
Yeah. Maybe just mute yourself in Zoom for us.
Please.
Oh,
that's better.
I can hear now. I can hear my thoughts. All right. In this game, I am playing Arthur Percy Blackwood, the Cowboy Count, as he's been so-called named. He is from the Americas, but his family is originally from here, so he is here at the request of his uncle who had passed away to take over the estate. And now he is one of the Rangers with this wonderful crew. And I am always happy to be here. Missed last week because we had a hurricane coming through our area. We're all safe. But I'm just happy to be back here playing with you guys again. I missed you. So let's do this.
All right, Michael.
Hello, I'm Michael, but you can find me at RoboSardi doing art and animation. But today I'll be playing the new Count Cadman Cavendish, the newly accounted count, not to his pleasure, as he just found out that his brother is missing. But this little playboy is going to learn some responsibility and is happy to join the Rangers as the Vermilion Ranger.
Last but most certainly not least, Tiffany.
Hi, I'm Tiffany. I play Felicity Fairfax. She is the first chair in the London Philharmonic Symphony. Very proud of that achievement. She is the not half-sister, stepsister to Cadman Cavendish, and is totally not still pining over Badrick at all. No, sir. She has moved on to Arthur, whatever his name is. I'll show him.
Archie.
You can find my other works at Dungeon Damsels. It's on YouTube. It's a 5e homebrew campaign. It's very cozy and has an all-female cast, plus Michael, because he just couldn't say no to being in the game. So if you're looking for a nice cozy game to watch, that's a great one to check out. I'm excited to play with this crew. We always got great chemistry and great plot lines. So buckle up.
No.
It's pretty good now.
No, we're good.
It's
We're
it's
good.
good. It's good. It sounds
Yeah, we're
good.
good.
Yeah, we're good.
How it goes.
Perfect. All right. High above the earth, spinning around, looking down upon the blue and green marble in which his current game is being played, Celestor, the Count of the Cosmos, views with a little bit of his own melancholy the events from below as 16 stars form behind him in the familiar form of one of his most powerful lieutenants. He doesn't even bother looking, as he simply waves his hand and the figure disappears, the motes of light that have comprised Sagittarius forming again into the celestial sphere rotating around behind him. All of that work, and you can't even bring me a single ranger's head. What a pity. He turns to look away and starts stepping away when he stops, hearing one of the millions and millions of wishes of foolish human children upon the stars that are his own creation. I wish I was the big sister. I could make things so much easier for her. I wish this upon the first star of the night. Pausing, the Fey Count stops and turns, smiling down, as he points towards a set of twin constellations and flicks his wrist down towards the earth. You are all still standing within the Blackwood tree, with Goodfellow sitting in front of all of you, having just stated that if you were to complete the game, you get a wish. Having just stated that if you were to complete the game,
Every single one of us gets a wish. It's not.
every single one of you gets a wish. It's not a wish you all have to agree upon. There are rules, of course. Everything is governed by rules. You cannot make one fall in love with you. You cannot change certain events that have happened that would prevent the game from going on in the future. But outside of that, bring someone back from the dead, wish for a higher position for your family, the magic matters not.
Oh, lovely. Okay.
Lovely. Superb. Splendid. It sounds like quite a reward, really.
Thanks for playing in their game, yes.
I don't even know what I wished for. So she seems very contemplative about that thought.
You have to win the game to get the wish, so you do have time to figure it out.
Yes.
You're muted.
Who's
so
muted?
well then, what is the next step from here? What do we just wait till our foes send some new opponents, or
Yes. What is the next move?
Your next move is to figure out how to control aspects of yourself. They are called, as he stands back and he sits upright, this form of the cat radiates this energy for a second, as runes across the wall all light up, showing above each one of the 5 doors around him different animalistic shapes of a chameleon, a swan, an owl, a horse, and a lioness. They are called Machina.
Maka what?
machina. They are an expression of your power, as it were.
So are they just there, or do they become something? How does it exactly work?
Do you want
ho-
to be the first one to walk through the door?
the horse
Yeah.
is not here, is it? I look
Might as
around.
well. I'll gladly be the one to do the honors. Make sure
It
it's
is
safe
your
for the rest
home.
of you. Fair.
Hmm.
Takes a puff of his cigarette, puts it out on his boot, and then walks right through the door.
As you walk into the door, you hear cannons going off.
Immediately drop.
Get down! Get down! And as you do, you feel the explosion and the heat of what happens when a cannon impacts dirt. You hear the sound of horses braying and men calling out in valorous charges.
He looks down, his hands twitching a little bit, shakes it out.
You shake and you look down at your blue uniform.
Oh, hell. I look around. Is this in a similar battlefield that I've already been to? Is this a memory, or is this something similar?
This is Tennessee,
Where things went wrong?
where things went wrong.
Double hell. I look around. I look for my men. Look for what's happening. I'm going to try to change things this time.
Captain! You hear calling from the distance as you turn and you see Collins, one of the sergeants of your platoon, trying to get to you, and right as he does, he spins around, a shot catching him in the shoulder. He's not dead, but he's on the ground and he's pressing his hand against the wound.
Damn it, Collins! No, climb down to put pressure on the wound.
We have orders to take Gettysburg. He holds up the letter to you.
Knowing what happens, I pause for a minute before I take it, and then I take the letter. Maybe it's different this time. I'll open it up.
Captain Arthur Percy Blackwood, you and the 116th Cavalry Division has been ordered to support the capture of the southern garrison of Gettysburg. Doing so will open up supply lines and give the Union a clear shot to the further into the south, and a clear chance at an easy end to the senseless war.
You're right. Well, Collins, looks like you're out this time. Lucky you. I'm not going to make you ride with us.
I can ride, sir.
I know you can, boy, but you're not going to today.
As you turn, you see what looks like one of those figures from the ball in a gray uniform. Bang! And you are back in the room.
Well, that
Are you
was
okay?
What you guys saw was Percy walking in and then almost immediately getting thrown back out again.
Are you alright, AP?
Come to his side.
Yeah,
He
well,
just-
I come to
Yeah.
He sits down and pulls out a cigarette and twitches. Lights. I'll be fine.
What did you?
It,
Beatrice turns to Goodfellow.
it
Is
was
there
a
supposed to be
memory.
a test to go through?
It is a test. It is each of your darkest moments. A moment that you have immense shame wrapped around in. Something that solidifies the negative aspects of the arcana that you are.
Game keeps getting more and more fun. Ooh, darkest memory, awesome.
Power comes from overcoming hardship.
Magic rolls his eyes and walks into his door and just goes, whatever you say.
It is a storming sea. This is not what it was supposed to be like when you and your family had left London. This was supposed to be a smooth, easy trip. That's what everyone with the ability to tell the weather and the currents has told you. You find yourself back in your body from all of those years ago. You hear your father calling for people to be tied down to mast and to figure out exactly what was going on. The storm came out of nowhere. Princess!
Yes.
Here, my son! Come here!
Yes, Father. I'm.
As you make your way over towards him, you can tell as the sea rolls, sweeps away half of the people who are currently on the deck, who are not quite ready to tie themselves to tie their lifelines yet. As you see your father wrap a rope around you, tie a knot, pulling you, securing you exactly how it's supposed to be done. Now then, I need you to wait here. I will be back. I need to go find your mother.
Okay, but before you do, Father, I kind of grab him in like a tight hug. Yes, I know you'll find Mother. I love you. Be safe.
He cups your face, holding on to the rope that is tying you to the mast, as he just cups your face and leans down and taps the top of his head against yours. I love you. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'll be back. You see as he walks out and walks into the mist. As he does, you hear something as you look over, similar to how Sagittarius was this constellation inspired figure before you. You see in the water this lumbering, almost crab-like form bubbling up from the bottom as a massive claw comes up and crashes down on the ship. And you are also now back in the room.
AP will offer you a cigarette if you want one.
No, I'm good. Thank you, though. It was what it was. Oh. Are there gonna be any more tests after this, or is that any more darkest things, or is this the last one?
You didn't pass it.
Oh,
You have
okay.
to go again.
Lovely. Okay.
Well, I guess there's no point in waiting, right? So, better forward. I step through my door.
It's odd. You feel like you're in a moment of deja vu as you are able to see from a different perspective a conversation you just had with your sister. No, sister, this is great. You and I can just carry on as we are forever. They'll be back, it'll be fine. And you can see in the reflection behind you one of these figures with two sets of stars, making the constellation you know as Gemini across the helm, mimicking your motions behind you. As it turns, smiles, waves its hand, and you're back in the room.
Well, that was easy, right?
You didn't
Seem
pass.
less upset than our friends. You know. Felicity, would you like to be next or last?
She gets up and brushes her skirt off. Although he says I would. Goes into the door.
The
Before she
piano-
does, I think Badger's gonna just be like, hey, just some I don't know. I think it'll be fine, but just be careful, I guess. So, yeah.
She puts her hand over the door.
And this is the worst day of your life. Or at least the you of many years ago thought that it was. You have a memory of this. The piano just won't play right. You are badgered by the fact that Badrick has not returned a single one of your letters. Nothing is playing right, and you are sitting here at the piano for the most important audition that you have ever been a part of, and the piano, your fingers will not play. And you can hear murmurs from the crowd. Not such a golden daughter after all. The mighty Felicity Fairfax. Apparently not as skilled as she thought she was. What a shame. What a shame. And as these washes over you, you see this more feminine figured version of one of those creatures in the background, a jug of something that looks like water, but it's not water, spilling out, carrying all of these words towards you as you are washed off of the stage and back to the room.
She just like rubs her like eyes really quick. Suppose I didn't pass right.
No, not this time, but don't worry. You can try again.
Saying from back home, you ain't playing if you're not failing, so... Alright. And Beatrice will approach the door and take a breath and just whisper to herself, what has been, what is, will be. And she steps through.
You have been in the hallway to your own. You haven't been to the hallway in your uncle's study, in many a year at this point. You hear the sounds of many of the elders of your clan talking and snipping and biting at each other about the rumor. About how, well, he can't lead the house at this point. He has too much bad blood. No, he is the rightful son. He has the place. What if Beatrice? And there's a lull. And you see in the mirror a you older than you even as you are now. Of you standing dignified, being the Marchioness. All you have to do is walk through into the door and take it. You can hear the swirling sounds of all of these assenting voices. Yes, Beatrice. Beatrice is the perfect choice. She's the nephew. She's the niece of the Marquis. This will work. She has the breeding. She has the knowledge. And as you hear this, you see another reflection of you across from where you are. Same age, not the Marchioness, but you look happier. You stand proud. You are dressed finely, even though it's not fully in the regalia of your clan. You have a beautiful belt, and you just adorned in gold and jewels. This is Queen of the Ring on it, and you see you are happy.
She kind of looks between the two. It can be a difficult choice to choose oneself for family. I think this is where she's sort of in a place of stuck, because she really does not want to be the Marchioness. As much as all the training is there, she does not want it. Because she never sought power, she just wants to do good for her family. And then she looks at the mirror of herself again, of the happier Beatrice. I wish I could give you all that you truly wish for, even when promised a wish. But I think our art would ache too much for our family. And I look back at the other Beatrice as Marchioness. I do hope this one never comes to pass, though.
As you stand there stuck in the indecision, there is a swirling and you hear the sound of thundering hooves on the wood floor as you turn and you see a ram just smack you, and you are back in the room.
I just adjust my outfit. I seem to have failed as well, but it's fine. I know where the failure comes from.
Do you? You all failed the same way. I will give you that hint. You may try again any time, as many times as you like.
Let's go back in the door. But before that, I say, like, you people are sick. I hope you know this. Attack us, give us this power to do this, and you truly are sick. Truly. I go back in the door.
I can understand why you would see it that way.
There's no other way to see it. And I slam the door if I can.
As you slam the door, you are back. It is the stormy sea. You know, you see the wave coming, and as you hear for your father calling, Francis, come to me, my son.
Yes, sir. Dad, we've got to try something else. We've got to try something more. I don't think this is a regular storm. Something else is going on here. There must be something else we can do, Father, to save everybody.
It's a squall. We will be okay. As he says, as he wraps the rope around you.
I can't do it this time, Father. There has to be something more we can do. Please, just trust me. I know I'm young, but please, just hear me out. I saw something in the water.
Okay. You see that he shifts how he ties the rope, tying it this time around your arm, giving you the ability to reach over to the edge of the ship if you so desired to, but you are still connected to the ship.
Do we have some sort of? I imagine we'd have a harpoon or something, right? Like something maybe.
You would have many harpoons. You would have things.
And so I'm still stuck to it, but I can still move around, kind of. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You see your father actually grabs one of the harpoons, and you see that he waits for a second before also handing you one of them.
Thank you. I think something's over here. Yes, it's something over in the one point where I saw before. In the last test, like in that area, like it was somewhere over there. I saw something bubbling. I think that may be the cause of what's.
Okay. We'll check it out together, and then I need you to retie yourself to the mast, and I will find your mother once we take care of this, okay?
Yes. I promise, Father, I will. I will.
Okay. You lead your father over to the edge, and it is just in time for you to see him stop. His eyes go wide as his grip loosens on the harpoon, as he takes a step back, as this figure rises out of the water and slams the claw on the deck. What are you doing?
I'm going to push my father. Is it possible to push my father out of the way? Because if he's dumbfounded and I didn't have time to snap out of it, I'm going to push him out of the way to kind of like see where it's coming down and push him so like it's not going to hit either one of us. Is that possible?
Yeah. Roll me a... Let's go ahead and do a... What do I want to roll for you?
Maybe footwork, I'd assume, kind of, because I'm like
I'm
pushing. I
thinking
don't know.
foot because it was either gonna be footwork or vigor, but I'm gonna do footwork.
Okay. Hey, that's a 3. Yes.
Fuck yeah, it is. Fuck yeah, it is. So you very able to push him out of the way, just in time to see the claw come down on the deck, splintering the top deck, snapping the mast. And now that you are further enough away, you see that you are now able to move freely. And you see your father now moving, now running actually to the swivel gun that is on the forecastle of the ship. As he does, you see him call to your butler to get you to a lifeboat. And
Nathaniel,
Nathaniel scoops you up,
no, I'm gonna fight back. Like, no, we can't.
proving
I'm gonna fight him back. We can't.
roll a dueling for me.
Nathaniel, gotta take a Nate. That's a 3. That's a. Ugh, so that's a failure.
Don't worry about rolling for vapors on this.
Gotcha.
And these will not actually count as marks of peril for this session. Your Nate scoops you up. I am so sorry, young master.
No,
As he tosses both of you into the boat, you hit, blacking out, and then there is calm, and you see the seas go still. The ship, as you look around, the ship isn't the shape of a broken ship anymore. Nathaniel's not in the boat with you. You are standing. You are standing and on this dinghy, and there is this larger than a house, larger than the ship almost, almond and silver chameleon. You can almost see it breathing as you notice its eyes focus on you. Have you learned the lesson?
Yes, I think so. I mean, can always try fighting back. Don't have to give in, I guess. So can always fight back. Can keep trying.
You see, you feel this warmth, first this connection, and then this warmth from that connection that fills you in a way that you've never really you haven't had in a very long time. There is this support that is there, where you know that no matter what happens, you are not alone. We can always push forward. To act is to make a difference.
Eternally, he feels like he's divided. Like, yes, he loves the warmth, but he hates the fact that it had to be something like this to kind of bring the warmth. Something he felt like he always knew that he didn't need something like this to show him. So there's kind of that disconnect. But he looks at it and just kind of, yes.
And not thrown out, but walking out comes Duke Francis Badrick Brown.
Well, was that a success or what?
You tell me.
Yes, rolls eyes. Yes, it was a success.
Did you
Because
learn
you
your
can always,
lesson?
yes, and I stared him in the eyes. Yes, you can always fight back against things. You can always fight back. And
Why
look
have
away.
you stopped?
Oh, well, I haven't stopped, but thank you. I've done a lot. Maybe not to your standards, but never stopped. Yeah, sometimes I get hurt, but I've always kept going. Act like you know me. You guys can do it though. Whatever he says, you guys can. If you need to, whatever you need to fight back, whatever you need to do. I know of you guys. I know you guys all can do this. So
I would say at this time, like, since he's been back, Cadman has been staring at his pocket watch and just looking at the 0 engraving at it. And he's just kind of like muttering to himself and is like, am I really a villain for wanting my own happiness? And he's gonna look at his door and then he's gonna walk forward.
And it's again, and this time when Kevin, when you see when you hear yourself and when you see yourself, you see almost a manic desperation in your eyes as you hear the words, "It never has to change."
Do I
You still see that figure.
I'm gonna walk up to the figure, the Gemini,
Mm-hmm.
the one that's like looks like it's like kind of like puppeting or
Yep.
right? You there! And I'm gonna try to grab them and turn them around towards me.
Go ahead and roll me a vigor.
Okay. That's an 8.
Yeah, it is. So you're able to grab the thing, and it makes a little bit silly gloop sound as you grab and pull it towards you, and you notice that the fake cabinet was puppeting does the same thing. It's now up like this.
You there! How dare you put such mockeries in my mouth? Will not stand for it.
You hear in your own voice coming back to you from the puppet behind you, because the way I'm picturing it is the Gemini you and then the puppet of you is behind you.
Oh.
You hear in your own voice, "I'm simply telling you what you already know. All that matters is your happiness after all. Isn't that the truth? Our happiness?"
Yes, but I mean, not.
After
I mean,
all,
this is.
we're Cadman Cavendish.
But
We don't
this
have
is.
responsibilities. We're for parties and frolickry.
No. I mean, I can't take Clovis's fate. I can't take his responsibilities. This was meant for him, right?
It was meant for him, right? You're back in the room.
Is our successes supposed to be found in the room?
The successes are happen within yourself.
you'll feel it. You'll feel it.
Right. I look towards my dear sister.
Gives you a small, weak smile. This entire time, she has been kind of pacing to herself and holding her necklace and looking uncomfortable. Catherine?
Do you think of me as a villain? Wanting
No.
to shirk my responsibilities?
she kind of like hedges a little. She's like, well, I wouldn't say villain, but you are capable of doing so much good. So much good.
But I mean, me coming up as Count, and this would be the first time everybody.
Yeah, this is new to everybody else in the room, by the way.
Excuse me, but I'm so sorry.
Count.
Is it?
Yes. So you're looking at the new
You're
Count
gonna make
Cavendish, as I kind of
gonna-
put out my arms
you're
begrudgingly.
gonna make a great Count. But sorry if overheard. Did you ask Felicity if you were a villain of some sort? Did you ask her that? I don't mean to. I'm sorry.
No, Patrick, you are quite in the right. That room showed the worst aspects of myself, and hearing it come from me just, Felicity, if I became Count, it would be hard for us to spend time together. To be able to, I would have a bunch of responsibilities and things I must attend to. There would be very little time for frivolities or things that we find joy in.
I'm sorry to intrude here, my dear friend, but I'm kind of new to this whole nobility and putting into positions, but I find ways to make plenty of time for the things that matter.
Yeah,
and I'm sure you would too. I think you're scared of having to, pardon my choice of words, but grow up a little bit. I think you're going to be a fine man. From the interactions we've had so far, I've found you to be impressive, a delight to be around. You, sir, are no villain. I have met many villains in my time. Hell, there have been a few times where I might have been considered a villain myself. But you, sir, are no villain.
And to back up that too, I mean, yes, there's plenty of boring stuff, but there's also stuff you might enjoy. Who knows? You got to try it out, and then you get past the boring stuff. Then you have times when you meet with friends. You still have things like that. I mean, we just got to balance your time, what you'll learn. And I think the main thing, it doesn't matter what any of us think if you're a villain. I think it's if you're a villain or not. Not to be harsh, but you know yourself you're a villain, so you can only tell yourself that. I can't tell you're not, because I'm not you. So you tell us, are you a villain or not?
Well, I think Felicity knows him better than all of us.
And I
Yes,
look towards Felicity.
To do. Can't just simply ignore the expectations from us. I don't have expectations, so it's difficult for me to say. I think it's quite wrong to want for things that bring you joy, but sometimes they're more important things.
Right. And I look towards everybody. Thank you all. And if you guys don't mind, I'm gonna step through the door.
I have a quick question. Is the cat in the room with us too, as we're having these conversations?
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah.
That's good fellow.
Good fellow.
Good fellow.
Good
Yeah.
fellow.
I'm like, good Phil, do you mind when we have these conversations? Can you wait like in a cat house or something?
Can you give us some privacy, please?
Give us a space there.
Oh, this is by the way, my dear Duke Brown, you talk in your sleep.
Okay, so I'm the creep because but okay, at least not a creep who listens to people as they sleep though. So, joke's on you. That's a little creepy. So, okay.
Hmm.
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 I think before
You got
Cadman
this,
goes through the door, Beatrice will catch him, and she has like a face of recognition in her. It's like, I understand the trepidation of being asked to step up to duty. You don't think it's going to come, and then it lands in your lap unexpectedly. But I think you'll find in yourself, just as you love in those night stories, that it's in you to step up as you need. Maybe it's only temporary. After all, we have a wish owed soon, don't we?
Lady Douglas. And I march confidently. And as I enter that same room and I see that facade of me, I push me aside and I grab Felicity. The Felicity there. And I'm like, as the new Count Cavendish, we will find Clovis. And we will bring propriety and respect to our family.
There is a sound of thundering hooves as you turn around, and the sea of gold is replaced with a large open green pasture as this vermilion steed out of Arthurian legend stops right before you, its last hoof slamming the ground enough to send tremors around you, but you stand tall in front of all of it as you look up at this horse the size of a cathedral. Have you learned your lesson?
Yes. I think I have.
Be strong in who you are. You know how to make the right choices. And with a breath from this massive, not machine, not creature, you are filled with this confidence as you walk back out, as you see the door before you open back onto where your friends are waiting.
And there's just like a smile that kind of curls up, and the slumped shoulders are picked back up. Thank you, friends. Yes.
It was all you.
Thank you. All of you.
Is it me or does he look even more dashing now? Or is that just me?
Things confidence can do for the soul.
Like a drink. To celebrate your found new self.
Oh, yes, most definitely. And like both hands towards the
Because it's still,
flag.
because it's still Cadman. Because it's still Cadman.
As a count, do we, sometimes there's okay. Yes, we can imbibe now. I guess it's fine.
You were
I mean, I already passed. I could imbibe just a little bit.
I'm gonna walk over to Felicity and are we still switched? Sorry, Bub Tip, are we still switched on the screen? Is everything
The placement.
good now? Gotcha. Are we? So we're good?
Uh-oh.
Awesome.
Yep, we're
Thank
good.
you. I'm gonna walk over to Felicity. You okay? You seemed a little not gonna ask what you saw in there, but I imagine it was Sard. Are you okay?
She turns like a little pig at the memory and maybe someone else. And she says, certainly embarrassing, really. I'm a bit ashamed. I feel as though everyone else has much deeper problems than I do.
You embarrassed? Oh, come on now. Now you're telling telltales. Come on. Tell me the truth, because I know you are, of all people, were not embarrassed.
I certainly was embarrassed. I completely froze up in front of an entire concert hall after years of practicing for a single moment. And when it mattered most, that's when I crumbled.
I mean, okay, so you had a little stage fright, but it's not something, I mean, I'm sure you've probably had that before, and I've known you worked through it before. I mean, back when we were kids, you were always, even playing in front of our friends, even sometimes, yes, it'd be a couple moments before, but then you'd play and it would sound amazing. I mean, oh. And the nerve just mean that you care, which I don't think is a bad thing, right? I mean, to want to do good, to want to play well.
No, it was. I just. I'm not sure how to. I don't really know how I'm supposed to face this. I mean, when your hands don't work at a piano concert, what do I need to do?
I mean, I'm not an expert piano player like such as yourself, but I imagine you just have to kind of warm them up and just play. I mean, or I guess find something you can latch onto inside and use that warmth to play. You don't need anything else outside to master your craft of piano. You just need you. So latch onto something inside, I guess. I mean, you know you can do it. I mean, we all know you can do it. We've seen the way you play. Heck, you just played music when we were fighting in the ball not too long ago. We were being attacked by those weird little creature things, and you were playing beautifully there. You gave us strength. I mean, you didn't play my favorite song, but that's of course that's a given. It's whatever. But you played beautifully though, and that was in the face of danger. Just go on, AB.
I would have to agree. Your music was quite lovely during that fight. Definitely inspired me. I think you can inspire others. You should believe in yourself, for sure.
Right. Yes. Right. Who am I? I'm Felicity Fairfax. The Magnificent. She like smooths out her little
The
shirt.
resplendent.
Here.
And she'll go into the door.
As you walk the door, he like taps your shoulder and asks you if you want to. Would you like a little before
liquid
you go?
courage?
Little liquid courage.
And then she's like, she hesitates a little. She like puts her hand up and puts it away, and then she's like, "Well, pass the little." And then
Patrick smiles to himself and quickly frowns again, like he smiles a little bit and then just frowns like, I mean,
Beatrice catches it.
of course.
Always watching.
Look at Beatrice and just look away, just like, well.
and she, either with liquid courage, has a trembling hand as she puts her fingers around that doorknob and opens it again.
And you are again in front of the piano. Roll me an etiquette.
It's 4.
You're not transformed, so it's not your hero. But I will give you advantage because of the pep talk of your friend. So go ahead and roll again for me.
It's 3.
Well, seeing as that's what you needed, you are Felicity Fairfax. You are the resplendent. You are the yellow, the canary lioness. So for those of you who are watching, the roll that we just did for the etiquette roll, this is not a game where you're trying to roll a high number necessarily. If you look at the bottom of the screen, you'll see something called the resolver. Different traits in this game roll different. Every class rolls different dice. Your goal is to actually roll and hit one of the numbers for what we're rolling for. For this one, for you, thank you. Since Miss Felicity Fairfax is the
Right here.
is the premiere, she rolls the d4. That means that for her, things like footwork and etiquette come very easily. Other things are a little bit harder for her, but especially when we are in her ranger form, she is the most likely to hit the hero, which allows her to basically do critical successes. So in this one, for example, she was willing to hit an etiquette, which she needed a 3 for. The 4, because she wasn't transformed, didn't count for much of anything for her. But seeing as we are, we have advantage, which allowed her to roll again. Were able to hit the etiquette. And you are Felicity Fairfax. You are the daughter of Henry Fairfax. You are resplendent.
And she walks into that dark concert hall illuminated by probably a million candles, and she sits back down in front of that piano. There's a moment where she plays her hand, like sort of glides her hands over the keys, and then she goes into herself, thinking, what might be a piece to play at this moment? And then all of her thoughts turn to Badrick. And she begins to remember the times beneath the willow tree where sweet dreams and hopes were shared, and many a songful voice was sung. And she remembers his favorite song, and like, I have a piece, but you can have a piece as well if you want it to be that piece.
What is Patrick Brown's favorite song?
Oh.
It is...
Oh, you already know. You already know.
Yes, you
already
exactly
know.
which one.
Okay, yeah. It is Tchaikovsky's The Seasons.
Oh yeah, it is. Oh yeah, it is.
37A, number 11.
Any of them would work, but 37, yes. Correct.
Mhm.
And she begins to play that. Her fingers dance elegantly across the keys. And go narrator.
And as your fingers dance across the keys, you see the stage change from the Oxford Chamber Orchestra to the performance hall of the London Philharmonic for your second attempt at a major audition. This one you owning and becoming the pianist. As the world around you shifts again, and you are now still playing the piano, but you are in this huge, lush glade. Sandstone rocks forming around you, and lounging, sunning like a house cat, is this massive canary yellow combination of yellow, gold, and silver lioness, looking down on you very lazily, again, like in a superior way that only a feline is capable of doing. Have you learned your lesson?
I suppose it would be. I always have something to contribute.
You are Felicity Fairfax, of course you do.
And she will reach out her hand towards the lioness.
And there's a very almost soft, warm breath from this machina rolls over you. And as you look behind you, there is the doorway back.
She turns in her concert hall, and as she turns, you can see this like echo of the resplendent ranger outfit. It's just superimposed over her as she spins around and then like opens the door, and the rest of you swear you could see just a glimmer of gold dust as she steps back through the door. Whew.
That went swimmingly.
Indeed you did. I just needed to remember who I was.
Magnificent, dear sister.
Good job.
Thank you.
AP has no interest of getting back in that door at the moment. You see him while he's been cheering you guys on. He's been drinking.
Maybe a little less of that. Maybe you don't need that. Come on now. How many was that? 5?
7.
About might have been about 8.
You know you don't need that though. Is that? Come on. I know what you probably saw. I don't know what you saw, so I can't say or what it was, but I know that can't solve it though. I mean,
Beatrice, feel free to go ahead. I have no desire to step through the door at this moment.
You don't have to now, but I would recommend before, don't put off something because of the pain. You'll have need for what's beyond that door.
Are you sure I'm the right selection for this position?
Yes.
I mean, it's either you or Cedric, and we all know that Cedric is not fit.
He does have a point.
and you see what drinking has gotten Cedric, but
I mean, I would rather share.
There are many things that got Cedric to being. This is good, Phil.
I think
There are
we
many
would
things that turned Cedric into being
Yeah.
Cedric.
I
would
would.
immediately knock him out so he never has to participate.
Yes, I would rather share a drink with you than Cedric.
Yes, well.
Either way, give yourself time to contemplate then on what has been shown to you, and I will set forth.
you got this, Beatrice. I mean, you got this.
I mean, you beat me more than once in the ring.
It's not so much about beating others as it is beating myself. And I step through.
You step through, and you are assaulted by the whispers and the rumors within the elders of the house. You see your reflections again.
Kind of. And they're just like on a hall on opposite sides.
They are on opposite sides.
I'll look at one, look at the other. Both of you are Beatrice P. Douglas, but not wholly separated. A true Beatrice is wholly herself when she can stand and be what she wishes to be.
You hear the hooves coming from behind you again. You're ready for it this time, though.
And I just take a breath and sort of almost in like that way of like pulling on my skirts to use to redirect a rushing bull. I take up my skirt and dance off to the side as I just feel the breath of it.
Footwork.
Yeah. That is a 3.
As you do with the grace of a Spanish dancer, you spin away, flourishing the edge of your dress. You see now, behind in the way that the bull came, there's a third mirror. It is you as you see yourself becoming. It is you in your ranger outfit, and as you look down, you are in your ranger outfit. As you hear the scraping of hooves against the hardwood floors, and a snort as you get charged again.
I'll never be more myself than in this moment. And when I find that, there's no going back. And this time I just turn, instead of going with a flare of the skirt, I'm ready to just grab hold of the horns.
You're dueling.
Okay. 6!
You take, and because you are transformed, you take, twist, and pull, flipping this ram up over you, and as you bring it down, you are now in the highlands. A large lake to your right, as you see this serene black and gold swan the size of the manor house looming in the fog, the head over it looking a bit like the rumors of Loch Ness Monster almost. Just a little bit. As you hear, have you learned your lesson?
I think my actions will speak for me.
As they always will, Beatrice B. Douglas. And there's a ruffle as the fog kind of rolls over you, clears off, removing your ranger outfit from you as you see the door behind you.
I fill my chest with a breath as I turn and walk out the door.
Beatrice?
You kind of see that look. It's like, just kind of just know that look.
Again, it's
Yeah.
just the matter of...
Rangers, we have an emergency.
What is good, fellow?
I will take you there at once. Be ready. And he closes his eyes, and when he opens them again, you guys are now in a square full of screaming people as these starries are now running around in havoc again.
Alright.
Roll my
Yeah.
eyes.
I guess it's time, right?
You're correct, my dear friend. My dear newly minted count.
Who wants to start off for transformation? Henshin.
I'll go and start. So, rolls his eyes. He takes out his card, which I think he left his card back at the place, but he finds another one. What's the card? Guess it's time for the Melancholy Arcana Ronin Almond Chameleon. Sir Francis Patrick Brown took him out to play, I guess. And then you see the lights roll across from the almond light, and again, he's left in almost an almond light silhouette where you don't see many features. You see a helmet, a little bit of feature to that, but mostly just a silhouette, and then almond lights. All right, let's go, Rangers, so we can get this over with.
Really need to add some flair.
After Francis Patrick's like little speech, she just sort of gives Cadman this like worried look.
Yes, I'm worried about our dear Duke too.
Yes, he's not taking the shine to this role. So
Well, he doesn't even like to drink, so I mean, what do you expect?
That you know of.
I'm right here. I'm right
That
here,
you
and there's still some.
I like how he's like, I'm right here. He's in his.
I'm right
he's
here.
already in his, like,
He's already
he's like, hey
transformed.
guys.
And I'm right.
Let's also
We can.
focus on the distressed people at hand.
Oh,
as I
oh,
roll
right.
out my card, and as there's like a dark veil that passes over Beatrice, and she's like, and now we will be prepared for the veiled temperance. And she goes into sort of ballerina pose, lifting up her arms as sparkles of black glitter kind of envelop her before splintering off into just a wave of feathers and a crashing motion to the ground. And those familiar gauntlets sparkle and glitter and envelop her wrists and hands. She's ready to go.
I bring up my card, bring it forth, and flip it, and put it into my coat pocket, and just wrapped in vermilion light that just like kind of bursts forth, and just like as it fades, just like gently falling rose petals path of infinite possibilities, but I know this for certain. You have reached your end.
Patrick just nods in approval, like, dang.
A little bit.
Do you want to go, Felicity, or do you want me to go?
You can go.
Okay. Well, similar to Cadman, but put it up, pull it out, flip it forward. You see, then he draws his firearm, his revolver, and as he does, the card goes right over it, and the revolver begins to spin. Purple light just comes out of it, envelops his hand, goes up, and as it does, you see the purple uniform appear, the purple helmet with the shape of like the helmet, like a hat on the helmet. And then you see, as the uniform appears, then all of a sudden a trench coat that is black, gold, and purple begins to drape down as well. And he yells, "Violet Voltex, the Maverick Arcana, master of the Mystic Draw." There you go. Gun in the pose.
Okay. Woefully unprepared now. She pulls out, she sort of like just swishes her hand over the air, and then like from this golden zip of light, the card forms, and then she places it over her like heart, and it transforms into like this baton shape that she then like pulls up, and it makes like silhouette of the hanged man. These golden ribbons burst out and wrap around her, and music begins to play from absolutely nowhere. And you hear Felicity say, "The path of radiance, golden melody." And then she bursts out of her cocoon and like swishes her baton down and flicks her skirt.
Love it.
There are stories to be taken care of. People are panicking in the street. There is, however, a feminine figure clad all in black with a hawk motif on the helmet. A flash of brilliant red hair out of the helmet, cascading down almost to the small of this figure's black, wearing its own boxing gloves.
Well,
Is this an additional person? In addition to
I look towards Beatrice, and I'm like, a friend of yours?
Is that the Queen of the Ring?
No.
it's an imposter is what it is.
Proclaim your title.
Beatrice, what do you want us to do to have your back on this? What do you have? Where would you?
Just make sure everyone who is in danger gets to safety. I will handle this.
Come now, it's a formal match, so one-on-one. We'll take care of the rest, don't you worry.
If you
We
need,
got you.
if you need backup, let us know. We have no problem helping you. We are a team after all.
Oh, I think who she's fighting will need backup, but we'll see. Well, I'm going to go off and try to help somebody. I'm going to the closest person to me. I'm going to try to like help.
So yeah, there are again mainly the stars are just like trying to like charge after people. So the best thing you can do is kind of dispatch the stars at the moment. People are doing a pretty good job of getting away on their own. This isn't the contained issue of what the ballroom was. This is a wide open square. People are, for the most part, able to escape on their own, and they, for the most part, have been at this point.
I'm going to go clock the nearest one with my bat/weapon, which is like a cricket bat, but it's a little more weapon-like.
Weaponized.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it comes when you flick your wrist, similar to last time. Go ahead and roll your dueling for me.
Just so people, the viewers know, I'm a Ronin, so I rolled a D6. And I'm rolling a dueling, so 4, 5, 6, or 7 is what I need. And a 6 which is also my hero die, which is another thing, everybody. So that's
Hey.
also my hero die. So, which is even better. So I come up.
So, how do you want?
Yes. So
It's
I
your hero
take.
dice. What do you do?
So I take it and I come up and I do a little practice swing and say, well, better's up, I guess. And I just come and I take wherever its head is. I'm going to take a powerful swing and just kind of right in its where its chin should be, just kind of plop it right there.
And it shatters into starlight, the body flailing, knocking, and you see one of the bulbous spiked hands of the starry, as it swings back, crashes into one of its compatriots behind it. You've knocked out 2 of them. There's about 12 total now.
Nice.
Wasting our time. Kind of roll my eyes at them.
I'm gonna charge forward and just bash with my shield.
Go ahead and roll a dueling for me.
Okay, that's a 6.
It's a 6. You got it.
Yeah, yeah.
So, it is not your hero though. So go ahead and tell everyone what your dice is, real quick.
Yeah, so I have the D8, which is the Hussar, and rolled a
So
6.
as you charge forward, you it's almost as if people can hear a horse thundering down the street as in a flash of rose petals and the sound of thundering hooves, your shield appears on your arm, and you go to a slide, and you do Captain America's shield punch.
Yeah. Can I add a little
Flair?
flavor on top of that?
Always.
So like as I'm doing that, you hear the galloping, and I'm like moving with like such a speed, and you hear galloping gale, and he just charges forward, hits him
Are
with
we
his
naming
shield.
our moves now?
It's cool, right?
You hear Goodfellow in the background. Oh, it's very cool.
Love it. I love that. That's good.
That was bomb.
Felicity, looking at the battle, will pull out her baton and then sort of sweep it in front of her. And as she does so, it creates the illusion or outline of piano keys. And what she does, she begins to play Carl Philip Emanuel Bach's Solfeggiato. And she begins to play it in earnest. And as she does so, she starts to move through the crowd, and she is hoping to create essentially a debuff for the ads, so that they will be anxious and be less able to fight.
Oh, I don't want to play this. So go ahead, roll me a footwork. Let's call this one a footwork.
Moving through the crowd trying to play.
Come on.
Right.
So 4.
So
Hero.
this is one of the great things about playing the premiere, is when you're transformed, you get your hero more than anybody else.
Yeah.
So as you start playing, you lose yourself to the music, and what the rest of you can see are these golden threads coming out from where she is playing, and they almost skewer into the stories as they get close to it. And you notice as they do, their movements become altered, jerky, like they can't quite control what they're wanting to do properly. It does not, however, affect the Black Hawk Ranger. Dun, dun, dun,
All right.
dun.
With that, seeing that they're stunned, he's still a little, from what happened earlier, but he is trying to put on a good face, and seeing that he draws his saber and his revolver, and he charges forward, trying to hit some of the ones that have been frozen. He's going to start with one. If I get lucky, then it'll be more. But
Me a dueling.
all right, dueling. Nope, I rolled a 1.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll your d10 for me again, real quick.
That would be an 8.
Okay. Ooh. Cool. So you do have a mark of peril. Go ahead and mark that down for me, please. Marks of peril are basically whenever a ranger fails in what they're doing, they get a mark of peril. Then they have to roll again. If they roll below that number, they leave the scene. So, one of the good things about Arthur's class, go ahead and say what you are real quick.
Oh, I'm Dragoon.
Right. Which means you roll the
Die 10. D10.
correct. So so thankfully the vapors are not usually a concern of yours. Hopefully. You in the process of kind of making the go, you with the sounds going on and the combat around you for just a half moment, you are unable to carry on. You are, however, quick enough to block an attack from a starry that was coming towards you. You riposte the attack with your saber, taking a step back, and you're able to attempt to center yourself again, Miss Douglas.
Well, I was gonna say real quick, as you guys see this, it looks like he's a little bit off, but he tries to play it off with him. Well, now it was quite unexpected.
Noted. Okay. Noted.
This is now kind of squaring off with this other ranger that seems almost a shadow of herself with the gloves and everything. And then she just kind of slight cock of the head's like, alright, well, I'm going to have a fan, I'm going to have to teach you some lessons. Not everyone can be just like me.
I'm not just like you. I'm the better version of it. Go ahead and roll your dueling for me.
There's no better version of me than me.
The voice is familiar to you. You can't place it, but it's familiar.
As people are aware, I am also a Ronin, so I roll a d6. Which I rolled a 4.
Yeah, which means you got your dueling. So you go in and you go pop pop. You go in, you just a very simple 1-2 combo.
Yeah, cross jab.
Kind of testing cross jab, kind of testing the waters just a little bit. You do see that your falls. This person's not super experienced. You can kind of tell off the bat. They dip the cross, but they dip the wrong way, and you're lined up for the jab. But they seem to just tank the hit.
Gotta work on your footing, dear.
Go ahead and roll. So you have 2 ways of assault of kind of taking care of this. She's going to now go in and do just exactly what you did, a cross jab. Do you want to tank it with vigor or dodge it with footwork?
I think I will dodge with footwork. I can give hits and stuff, but I can't really take them very well. And that is a 3.
So yeah, you, however, have much experience in the ring. And so for you, a very simple cross jab combo doesn't matter how fast they are. And you do notice, though, this figure is faster than you. But you have experience.
You certainly have the speed, but you definitely are in desperate need of training.
Francis.
So I'm going to, noticing AP is not his usual self and knew he drank too much. I want to help him.
Blame it on the whiskey.
Yeah, blame it on the whiskey. That's what it
Blame it on
is.
I want to set him up if I can. I want to find a creature like him and kind of like distract it so he can get a good shot off next time, if possible. So I want to walk near a creature and be like, "Oh gosh, a cramp! Oh gosh! Oh that hurts!
Roll me an etiquette.
Dang it. Okay. Oh, that's a 5. I think I really do got a cramp.
You might at this point. Go ahead and roll again for me. Roll again for me.
Had to be at a 3 because they had 2 marks last time. So because they
No,
had,
marks cleared. Marks,
oh, they are
marks
clear.
cleared.
Okay, so 1. Okay. Oh well, I hope I get a 1 then. Okay, 3. So at least I'm still in
No
the
favors. You do, however, have a cramp, and you do have a disadvantage on your next roll.
right in front of it. But did I at least, and it didn't describe it right?
You know, my dear friend, a liquor would have helped with that cramp.
Oh, I'm gonna need help, AP, but now with the liquor, you need to take this one out because if you don't, oof, Egga's gonna get me. So I'm gonna need your help, buddy.
Yeah, am I is there any of like the star creatures like surrounding any of the fellow gentle folk?
You do see
civilians?
that there are a couple of them that are kind of like woo thing, right? You know, they're kind of cowing in this family, and they're kind of corralling them towards a corner.
Don't worry, you'll be safe now. And I'm like, just after like kind of like punching like one of like the starlings, I'm like kind of like in a deep like crouch, and I just like take my shield and just I like spin a couple revolutions and then throw it.
Roll me a dueling.
Okay. I think that oh no, that actually does not do it. That I rolled a 3.
That does not do it. Go ahead and take your mark of peril and roll your die for me.
All 1. Come on.
Wow, I rolled the same thing again. I rolled a 3.
Hey, that's okay. That means you don't have the vapors. You're good.
Okay.
So you go for the throw, and kind of like what happened the first time you tried to throw your shield, it bounces wrong and just kind of skitters to a stop before shooting back up to your arm again.
Don't worry, you're still safe.
You do see that the starlings have kind of stopped, look at you. They're laughing at you.
Come on now. And I like pick up my shield and I start running towards them.
All right.
Okay, it's back to me.
Yep, back to you.
Okay, so Felicity is playing, and she sees AP a little off his game. So to sigh, she like very it's almost like she hides this eye roll, and then she begins to play a
Ragtime?
square dance.
Ding 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 ding.
That's what a fun dance sounds like, right?
After just turns around like,
Oh, ragtime.
Well, now that's some decent music for once.
Excuse me.
You say so.
Reminds me of home.
All right.
This is working.
AP, you have advantage on your next roll.
Okay, that'll be helpful. All right, he is going to flip over and put himself between the starlight or starlight, or what you can call him,
Starling.
Starling. I'm gonna put myself between a starling and Badrick, who like put himself in a position to try to help me. So I'm kind of, you see me do this flip over land, and then I slice with the sword, and I call it
What are you
Wild
doing?
Slash. Wild
Get him.
Slash.
Ooh, get him.
9.
There you go.
So, you said roll
Advantage.
for advantage. A 10.
Yeah.
That'll beat the 9.
You land perfectly, and the wild slash cuts not just through one, but the one behind it also, as they both stumble back for a second, freezing before just exploding in the starlight.
That's
See?
better.
See, it sounds cool.
That was a great see. That right there.
And then you see him just pull out the whiskey. Want a sip?
I mean, no, not yet. That's gotta help my cramp. I was like,
Just
For
through
a
the
second-
helmet.
For a second, you're wondering like how, where, and like
Wait,
where
where?
did that?
First things first, where?
I'm never
where's
gonna.
Splash come from?
Maybe after. Maybe afterwards. We still got second part of fight. Maybe after. Oof. Good shot though.
Right?
Thank you.
Beatrice.
Yes. So as I'm like sort of testing where the bounds of this other ranger is, being that I recognize the experience, I know she's not keeping a fist up near her helmet, like near her head, like one should when they're going
Yeah.
for a box. So I recognize there might
It's
be a
haymakers.
moment.
It's all It's all
Yeah.
haymakers.
So I know there might be a way for me to just ring this person's bell to really show them that maybe they just don't want to fight. So she sort of like does like a slight jumping step back and forth to fake them into it before she comes around with a just a strong cross to strike right in the side of the head.
Roll your dueling.
I don't want to roll that die. Let me roll this die.
6.
Nope, but it's a 5.
Hey, 5 works. Yeah, and it is a perfect setup. And you do just it almost does sound like a bell going off, as it's a perfect jab. Where if it was a human, it'd be right above where the jaw connects. And the figure stumbles back. Obviously never been hit like that. I think it's time that you take a nap. And I need you to roll me again, either a footwork or a vigor, your choice. As at this point, the figure's just lunging for you, and you see there's a lot of force behind this punch.
Yeah, I think I'd be sticking with footwork, because with this moment, seeing like she's putting her full force into it, I'd be like, now you're just a blind bull, and I can knock you over by stepping aside. So, not when I roll a 1 though.
Ugh.
So I roll again, make sure, and it's a 5 on the roll.
That means no vapors. We will take no vapors. You get... your bell gets wrong. You've been hit, but this is an entirely different level of force behind that punch. And you are knocked back a couple of steps. And it was that hit was loud enough that all of you heard that hit make contact.
Beatrice, we're coming.
I was like trying to steady her body again, more of like the instinct of, even if my eyes are blurred, keep form.
Yep.
Just like, alright, you have force. Still, your training is beyond lacking.
Go ahead, and it is Duke Brown. You're up.
Yeah, so I'm going to, hearing that, are there many left around us? I mean, or is there... Because I want to...
You've gotten rid of about half of them. There's only 6 or 7 more milling about at this point, being just generalized nuisances. Again, most of the people of the town have been able to get away at this point.
Okay. That may start... I think back to my own little silly test, as I think of it, and remembers, like, you're not alone. So he's gonna go try to help Beatrice. Like, he sees, like, everything's monstrally okay, and he knows the rest of the Rangers can handle it, so he's going to cramp it all, see if he can make it to help Beatrice. So kind of like running painfully to make an attack on the Milan that just hit his friend. Did you say roll again? I'm sorry, my mic cut out a little bit.
Roll a duel.
And this is with disadvantage. So we're rolling 2 and 8. So with disadvantage, I have to hit both dice have to meet it. So because I have disadvantage with this cramp. Okay. And no, because that was a dueling, right?
Yep, that was a dueling.
Yeah. Nope, because that is a 2 and a 5, and so with that, darn that 2. So I get another vapor, and then got to roll again. So let me do another mark. So now I got to meet or beat a 2. Or get the first vapors. Ooh, let's see.
Oh.
And that is a 3. So the cramp does not take me out yet. I kind of almost kill over, but I don't. I think this is appendicitis. Oh gosh. I'm still coming, Beatrice. Do I even make it there, or do I even?
You make you make it there and you make the attack, but this figure is. This is less of a your body failing you and just whatever this other ranger is different than you guys. Dodges out of the way, grabbing your club, your cricket bat club, and slamming it and you to the ground.
Badrick!
Ooh, that was rude. Oof.
Before turning back and going back into a fighting stance, into a very sloppy boxer stance against Beatrice.
Didn't hurt very much at all.
Kevin.
Okay. Don't worry, we'll be there with the assist. I'm going to continue to help out this family first to make sure that they're nice and safe. And just get rid of these starlings. Says they're mocking me. Huh. Oh, dang. Not good. Not good. Yeah, I rolled a 2 on my dueling, so that does not do it.
Nope, that's another mark of peril and roll again.
Oof.
That puts you at 2 now? 3 now?
That's 2.
2.
Okay. I rolled an 8.
Hey, you're good. You're good.
Okay, perfect.
And again, you move and these things are getting under your skin a little bit. He's like, go.
I can't tell if you're laughing at me.
One of them slips as you overextend. One of them slips underneath, catches you in the chest, knocking you up just a little bit and back.
Oh! Sparks.
Yep. Miss Fairfax?
She looks around and sees everyone sort of getting thrashed.
Yeah, we're getting pummeled.
She what she does is she kind of panics for a minute, but then starts to play this Totentanz. And
Okay.
it's like this very dark piece, and from it, like, she starts just pounding out these notes, and then from it there's like a smoke screen that comes out, and you hear her shout out, "Regroup! Regroup!"
Roll me an etiquette, please.
A 2.
Hey, 2's an etiquette.
2 works.
And yeah, it is. You start playing, and as this shadow kind of rolls out from where you are playing, the starlings can't really seem to see through it, and even the other Black Ranger seems to be caught off guard, as if they cannot see you guys in this moment.
Well, so they can't see us. Are we able to see? Are we able to see in the smoke?
You're able to see. You're able to see perfectly fine. It's a very light smoke to you guys, but to the Starlings and this other Black Ranger, it's almost like they've been dunked into a bucket of pitch.
All right. So I'm sure Beatrice can make her way if she needs to regroup. Originally, this changed what I was going to do. I was going to try to shoot the one that you were fighting and like distracted enough to get you back in the fight. But with this, I will focus on the ones that Cadman are with the family to try to, take them out so you can get away without having to worry about the family, so we can regroup. But I'm going to move over to where Felicity is, where our Yellow Ranger is, and that's where I'm going to fire from. So, regrouping but firing as I'm moving towards it, at the ones that are around Cadman.
Sounds good.
What do you want me? What you want me to roll?
What are you doing?
All right. And that is take it forever to roll. That is a 6. That is an 8.
Hey.
All right. I'll take it.
And it's you get 2 shots off, and you're able to, it distracts, it shatters one of their heads. Yeah.
I look
Shatters
at
one of their
Cadman.
heads, and wings, yeah. Shatters one of their heads. The other one the other one there is winged, and it gives the family a clean line out that they take. Cadman, there are now no individuals behind you. There is, however, one of the Starlings left.
Okay. And I'm just gonna, yeah.
Beatrice is definitely going to take advantage of this, seeing that her opponent is now not only in sloppy form, but now not sure where I am within the mist. So I duck low and circle around, sort of to get in between me and, or not between me, but between Badrick and this other Black Ranger. And as I turn, her back might still be towards me, trying to anticipate where I was. I'm just going to give a good, solid strike, sort of where the liver is.
Ooh. Yeah. That's a hit. Go ahead and roll your doing with advantage for me.
Man, trying to make me blood.
Dang. It's a
Yeah,
brutal effort taking him
she's
down.
never-
That's a kitty shot.
Yeah.
As you
Sorry,
stand in
kitty
front of me, Badger's like, ouch, you stepped on my hand, but it's fine. Oof.
Okay.
Get off the
So
ground.
that is... I just made it with a 4 and a 1, so I'm guessing the 4 is okay.
4 hits it. That's all that matters. So you go in, and it is a power shot. You've never hit below the belt before. You're a little bit like, I don't know how I feel about this. But, boom! It is a satisfying moment of contact, though, as this figure just kind of lurches. And as that happens, you see a different figure kind of slam down in starlight with almost a maned lion head with 9 stars forming the Leo constellation. As it grabs this other ranger by the back of the neck, throws it up as it disappears in starlight, and this is where we're going to call our break.
Ooh. Yeah. Ready? My pocket watch.
And
So cool.
as this other ranger disappears from your guys' point of view in a flash of light, you are now left with this very large, bulking figure as it lifts up, and you see there's a wickedly long-handled, giant lion-headed maul that it puts over its shoulder as it's looking at all of you.
Well,
You know what they say, Beatrice, the bigger they are.
Harder they fall.
Mm.
Well,
All right.
certainly something.
does anybody want a drink before we battle this big boy?
Well, after we take him down, I might take a swig, and I want to run up and I want to clock him, this newcomer.
Roll your duel.
And I don't have disadvantage. Do I still have disadvantage, or am I?
You do not
is
know.
my-
No, the
I shake
disadvantage
off
was
the
for
cramp.
one roll. The disadvantage was
Shake
for
off-
one roll. You work it
Shake-
out. You're fine.
Shake off the cramp. All right, you big ruffian. And that's a 6.
Yeah, it is. So it was.
Nice.
Oh, I got an idea too.
Okay, for all of its like big imposing figure, wasn't expecting you just to rush it. And how do you do this?
So what I do, so like you see, so for a second I kind of disappear, like I kind of blend to the background like a chameleon, and so like he kind of loses sight of me. Then I reappear right to his right side and just come up and I swing as hard as I can. Again, just aiming right for one hit him in the chin too.
Doesn't just happen once, and all
Say
of
the
you,
attack!
You see Francis take a single step, and then he just disappears, and this Furies, this Leo, just starts getting. You see it swing 1, 2, 3 times, reeling back, its entire glass crystalline lion head cracking as it staggers back, obviously not ready for what just happened to it. As with a flourish of his club, with his bat club, Francis Maddox Brown simply just almost reappears.
Well,
Yeah.
and I look at Kevin. Next time.
I turn towards AP and I'm like, thanks, AP. And like take it and it just like dribbles off of my
No,
helmet.
it's weird because you go, you put it where your mouth is, and you feel it come into your mouth. You don't. Cadman is thankfully not one to think about these kinds of things.
Yeah.
Kevin rolls with this one.
Count Cadman.
Count
Yeah.
Cavendish rolls with this.
Yeah. And after that, I give back your flask and I go into like a deep spin like a discus thrower with my
Try it
with my
again.
shield.
Roll your dueling. It's gonna work one of these times.
Cut.
It has
What are
to.
these tags? Yes.
on, Captain
I rolled an
Count.
8, so that's my hero.
So you, likewise, as you roll, in all of you hear this thundering of hooves as this flying shield almost
Yeah.
shifts into the stampede of vermilion rose petals in the shape of horses, as it just clobbers, running this dude over. He is sturdy. He is there, but you are
Yeah.
hurting him.
So like I like go into like a deep throw and I throw my shield and you hear the galloping and like you see like the rose petals, but you could swear within the shield you could see like a visage of like a galloping horse. And I and I scream out, Galloping Gale! And
He says that with
I
so
love
much
it.
more energy than I do. I'm trying here. I'm trying.
MC freeze.
Oh no,
Okay.
he's back.
He's back.
Freeze.
back.
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 Oh,
Oh,
It
okay.
was just
Morgan,
a
you're up.
second.
No,
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Felicity,
Felicity,
you're up. Yeah,
yeah,
Felicity, you're up. Yeah.
Felicity looks at this big lion showing up out of nowhere, and well, it's about time we caged the beast, and so she'll play El König by Schubert. And if you don't know what that song's about, it's about a child being captured by the Elf King. So, much like that, she plays that out, and from her playing, these strings of notes come piling out, and they form like this chain of notes that like go and wrap around the lion.
He a footwork because you're kind of tripping him up. You're kind of restraining him.
You can do this.
oh,
That's your
and
power.
Hey,
That's your
that's
hero.
our
back
hero.
heroes. 3
Everybody-
heroes.
So
Oh my God.
everyone's hitting heroes. This is fantastic. So it's not just a chain. as this happens, you see these notes wrap around one arm, the other, forcing his arm down, bringing and wrapping and yanking his maul from him as he is just coated in these now golden chains that are somewhere between the ribbon of your wand and musical notes chained together.
Nice.
AP, you have advantage.
AP is going to. I'd like to do like a. Visually, he would leap up into the air, almost like flying for a moment, as like the shape of the owl forms behind him. I'm going to lock eyes on him as he's being held in place, fire, and then zip forward, hit with the sword. It's just like one attack, but it's just that
Right.
whole like
Roll
a
your
combo
dueling for
kind
me.
of. Yeah.
Roll your dueling for me.
As he's doing
That
some
would
like
be
time,
6.
about time being a cowboy, okay? You're gonna be a
6.
And that was
cowboy
with
now.
advantage.
With advantage?
With
It's
advantage.
a 7. 7. So either way, 6 or 7. They're both dueling, so they hit.
Yep.
But not the hero. But I'm
Yeah,
like,
that
as
was
I fly forward, I'm like, Beatrice, this one's all yours. And I like,
And you punch through him, and there's this. These are cracks are forming around his chest. Beatrice, you are up.
Seeing the way being made for me, Beatrice starts running up and goes into a big leap just in the air, following suit from AP, almost in his shadow, and her being like an echoing shadow of her own swan, and comes in and just both fists overhead and
Oh, hammer
slams down.
fist. Oh,
Nice.
roll your dueling for me.
no, it's not a hammer fist. It's
With
swan
advantage.
fist.
It is a
Swan fist.
Swan dive.
Fist. Say your attack.
I got 6 too!
Yes.
So
Okay.
you hit, shattering him.
I want to say there's like this sound where you think it's a swan, like trumpet, a long, low tone, but you can't
Right.
tell if it's a swan trumpet or the tone of a bagpipe.
I love
Ooh,
it.
I like that.
Ooh.
It's this drone, and it's very deep, resonant, just echoing and it's almost resonating with this crystalline body of this constellation. As it starts shattering into a million pieces, slowly pulling up and away, before it all snaps back together. And you hear good fellow from behind you. Rangers, it's time for you to learn one of your most important and special of abilities. Combine your weapons.
Oh,
Which one?
Right.
You all, it comes to all of you as Kedman takes a knee, putting the shield on his shoulder as Francis places his bat on top. Felicity's ribbon is going on top of that. AP's wand is becoming the trigger. As Beatrice, you are the hammer, and you know exactly what to do as you go. And this is your first time performing yours as Arceus Major. Fortune's Lament, as you drive the fist home, sending this wave of multicolored energy coalescing down into a single point, just evaporating, leaving you guys alone with Goodfellow.
I think we won.
yes.
Really good.
That was
doing
a
all
lot
right.
of fun. Ugh.
Well done, Rangers.
Well, I think we should all go home and get some sleep and worry about tomorrow's problems.
You do see that it is rather late in the afternoon. Felicity, you remember that you had a very specific thing you were supposed to be doing and you found Cadman? He's kind of needed with his mother at the moment.
Catherine, Mama.
Oh, great, mother. Yes, we will retire for the evening. Good day.
Well,
We,
bye.
we just scurry off. We're like,
As you guys scurry off, you guys as Rangers ranger forms just kind of fade from you.
I look at the other two. Well, I got some time, so maybe.
Was that Cadman and Felicity? You guys see Bianca Leopold stepping out from one of the shops from right where they changed by. Which would make you... She puts a finger to her lips and takes a step back into the shadows again.
I'm concerned now.
Wait, who saw who? Did we see them, or I'm sorry?
You guys saw Bianca walk out, see right as they transformed back, looks, sees the three of you. You see her put together the pieces of who at least two of you probably are. In her head, I'm sorry, yes, Bianca Devonshire. Thank you. I mixed up the name on that one. Bianca Devonshire. Thank you. Leopold's brother. So you see her. You see her, and then she puts the finger to her lips, as if she understands it's a secret, and then she steps back into the shadows.
Well, of course. Well, nothing we can do about it now, so.
I'm concerned whether we should tell Felicity and Cadman and watch them explode, or not tell and they'll just explode later.
And kind of want them to, whether they explode now than later when it might be inopportune, if that makes sense.
Right, well, maybe the next time we see them. Seems to have something urgent today. You are offering your flask, good sir. I have yet to have a sip.
Is there any left in there, though?
Yeah, is there?
It is American whiskey.
Yeah, but there's like some left.
No, there's still no. He hasn't drained the flask. He's not that gauche.
Yeah, I don't smell for it. I just throw it back, and it seems like way too fluid from someone like Beatrice to those that know, like, first year.
Yeah, Beatrice,
and then she just makes a face like, I'm gifting you some scotch. And just like hands it back.
Beatrice, you sure are.
Sugar water.
God, you're
different
from
than
the right monks of Scotland.
Don't take this the wrong way, Beatrice, but you sure are a little, I don't know, different than how I remember. Of course, it's been a while, so.
I am a duke and I'm digging a hole. Diggy.
Well, my dearest Duke Badrick, you only got to know me by my armor, not for the heart that wears it. So.
That is true, so. Guess we'll have to change that sometime, so maybe. What do you guys do? Let's go to our favorite place we always go to, and hopefully the other two will join us later on. We can go to our favorite little coffee spot. I mean, why not?
Sure.
You know, by the way, you guys have noticed that AP has not said a word since she noticed them because he doesn't want his accent to give him away.
She went back though, right? I mean, she's gone now, right? I mean, I assume like
Are you sure she's gone? She could just be in the shadows. Are you sure she's gone?
AP ain't taking that risk. He just kind of like nods in the suit. Like,
She could have took 2 steps back and has just been watching you guys.
I guess we should. I guess we should find a place to. Yes. We're gonna find. I guess we can find like a dark area.
You guys are able to find a building that is not currently in use, as you are able to transition out of your ranger, dehension yourselves. The cards, kind of reforming into wherever you usually hold them.
There we go. Okay. Now we're good to go.
As you guys make it to the Rabbit, it is filled with people all in a Twitter about these rumors of there being rangers being seen a second time, which means there are rangers again in the capital for the first time in no one knows how long. There have always been rumors and thoughts and images of people who look like these individuals, but for them to be back? Who are they? What could it mean? Lady Beatrice, what do you think?
It's quite curious. I won't believe it until I set my
It
eyes
is-
upon them.
You hear it coming from a very posh, arrogant man's voice. It's just a touch of condescension to it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I just kind of, I don't even look. I'm just like, nope, not today. Had a day, not today.
You see, I keep telling you, I tried to engage the woman in polite conversation. She
Polite?
lauds herself at being one of intelligent discourse, and yet I ask her a simple question and she refuses to answer me.
Well, I would be a polite, good Duke Farley if the person who I was conversing with had any ounce of gentleman nature.
Oh, if only the words of a spinster could wound me so.
You dare slander someone right here in front of everybody. You dare slander someone like that. You think that's becoming of someone to do that?
Ah, the errant Duke Patrick Francis Brown. Duke Farley, at your service.
Not at my service treating my friend that way, so thank you. Maybe you can be a little more kind next time, and then maybe we can truly meet, but not like this. I want to go sit down. I'm like,
Man spent too long in the Americas, he's lost all sense of culture.
He's earned more than you will ever know. You'd be so lucky to
Just
even know
don't-
half of
I said it as soon as he says the Americans. I go, "Excuse you, good Sam. I know you're not speaking ill."
Ah, you must be the cowboy count.
And as he talks, I just slug him.
Yeah, you do.
oh,
A duel.
Patrick's like, oh snap! Like, here's a hit.
That would be a 10, but that doesn't count because I'm not in hero form.
You're not here. I don't know. Just your fist transforms for a second. No, no.
Purple.
You go for the hit. Unfortunately, you kind of You're used to being in your hero form. You're trying to act like your body still is.
Yeah.
So you're a bit heavier. You do miss. You put a dent in the goddamn wall, though.
I make it look. I would like to try to make it look like that was my intention, not to actually hit him, but
Roll me
to.
an etiquette. I will let you do this. Roll me an etiquette.
Holy shit! I rolled a 2. I rolled a 2.
Holy shit! Because if you had failed, that was going to be all kinds of bad for you.
I rolled a 2. I rolled a 2.
You
Wow.
are able to maintain your composure in the moment in such a way that it is obvious this was a pure show of strength.
Now, let's have a proper conversation outside if you wish to slander my friend or where I come from.
No, Count Blackwood. I don't think that'll be necessary this time. Lady Douglas, you have my apology. Duke Brown, my sincerest apologies. Allow me to buy you around in recompense for my actions.
Yes,
Coffee and tea for them is charged to the Farley account, please, good madam.
well, thank you. Like Duke Brown, like in his head, it's like he wants to say nobody knows. Like, you need to be polite and accept it. So like, oh well.
Yeah,
Thank
Felicity-
you.
Or Beatrice in the same place. You just see like the thinnest of
Mhm.
like smiles, trying to keep composure through the whole thing. To not show she was incredibly happy, he went for the punch.
As we sit down, I will speak. I do apologize. I know that neither of you need me to defend you, but I could not allow him to speak ill of you and my home. So,
Understandable. And honestly,
long
because
day.
you are from elsewhere, I think people will give you leeway, so please try and punch him.
then
I can
next
definitely look
time-
the other way.
Hello,
time I knock
dearies.
Hello.
Welcome back. Just your teas and coffees. Can I ask you any baked good? I believe that we have a mixed forest berry pie that's about to be retrieved from the oven.
Ooh, I do like a fresh pie.
Have you had any more issues with my dear cousin?
Surprisingly, no one around the ton has seen him in the past day, which is odd for him.
Well, we are putting some restraints on him at this time in House Blackwood, but
Your man has been around, and we appreciate the notice of all regards on that. Once he comes around with the confirmation for us to go ahead and put that into effect, we will do so.
very well.
And if you don't mind me saying, Count Blackwood, we who run the shops around the town are quite happy to have someone such as yourself back in charge who has grace and dignity to the Blackwood name. Your money is always good here, even if your cousin's is not.
As you say that, I kind of look at the hole in the wall. I will cover the damages of the hole I put in your wall.
Next time, just hit him, please.
Yes, this was just a warning this time.
Your warning cracked South African ebony Blackwood. That is going to be quite expensive to repair, but we will be charging you for it.
Oh,
One of the big pictures of it for now, dear.
Of course. She goes, and you see that she also brings off some tea cakes, small sandwiches. It's past tea time, but it is before time for a proper meal, so there are accoutrements served with your tea. And tea and coffee.
Speaking of your cousin, didn't you bring up that you were wanting to potentially put him in the ring? Needing a meeting with the Queen of the Ring, so to speak.
Yes, I mean, quite possibly I needed to speak with whoever this queen is.
Well, as someone seasoned over in the Colosseum, I can definitely assure you can have a meeting. Do you need it today or tomorrow?
Well, today's been kind of busy with everything that we just went through. Maybe tomorrow would be better suited for that time frame to speak.
There is a Twitter about as a young boy runs around just tossing these invitations to everybody. The Fitzgerald family cordially invites all comers to the first annual open ball of the season. To be held tomorrow night, right across from the Royal Park, overlooking the Thames. There will be frivolity, drinks, feasting, and glad and fun times to be had by all.
Well, they had me at drinks. Was this another one of those fancy balls that I need to get all
social.
checked out?
It is.
I wish it was more simple.
I think my cramp's coming back. I can't make it. Yes, I think I caught the vapors. I think it's
here. So the Fitzgerald family, for both Badrick and Ms. Douglas, the Fitzgeralds are a very reputable family, especially for their rank as Viscount. They're in some ways considered a count in a Viscount's office with the amount of political sway and pull that they have.
It might cause them insult if you don't go.
Oh, I know. I guess I'll have to go.
Yes,
You see also on the invitation that there is notice that they will be having a visiting gun show from the Americas as part of the entertainment.
Well, that's interesting.
Well, there are some good, men and women out in the Americas that can fire, so I am interested to see the so-called shooters.
I had a good distraction because I'm not saving your feet this time from the haggle of sycophants trying to dance with you, Badrick, after what you said the other day.
Oh. What do you mean? What did I say the other day?
And what did Badrick Brown say the other day? As illicit gossip, the general happens to be leaning at our dear Duke Brown, speaking untoward to the lady of the House of Douglas.
Oh, no, of course not. He
Scandalous.
He is a friend.
Oh,
He
he's a
never
friend.
tease.
He is a friend. Okay. You see him just nodding as he's walking away, saying, he's a friend. A friend.
Just a
Fun
friend.
These rumors are gonna.
He's
kill
already
me.
gone. He's already gone.
Well, hope you know that's going to circulate. You know that's going to. Well,
I'm not quite
maybe-
happy about that
Wow,
either.
do
but...
not-
well, actually, no. Wait, this may be a good thing.
Don't
I'm
you
just-
use me,
No,
good
I'm not
sir.
I'm not using you. No, I would never do that. That would really break
Okay,
my
but
heart.
see, you
no.
stress not using, but you mean something.
No, I just mean, what
Uh-huh.
if? No, like we're not going to say the rumor is true, but what if you just? It's not to lying, not to say anything. Then maybe people stop trying to,
Francis Badrick Brown.
I'm enjoying myself right now. As you guys see AP pouring the liquor from the thing into his cup of coffee.
So AP, you feel a weight next to you as you see Elijah Thorne just puts his teacup next to you for some whiskey. This is fantastic.
Beatrice, just look at all the hearts you're gonna save from breaking, because you know I'm gonna break hearts. It's
Yes, I
One of
am
my treasure
aware, and there's
claws.
only one heart I care about amongst everyone when it comes to you, and I hope you get yourself out of your goddamn melancholy to see it.
Have y'all met my? Well, I know Mr. Brown here has met my dear friend Elijah, but Beatrice,
Oh,
have you met
hello.
my dear? This is my confidant.
Miss Beatrice Douglas, my cousin Alexander Thorne has much to say about you. Alexander Thorne is actually one of your fighters.
Ah, yes, I hope it good things.
He called you a right bitch when your temper's in a wad.
Well, at least you only experienced that in the ring.
He also stated that you are one of the most composed and most agreeable women to deal with across the time.
See, that's better, and that's why I love him. Otherwise, he should watch himself in an alley. Well,
So,
AP.
I have a question.
Patrick's happy because he's out of the conversation. He's like not getting yelled at, so he's like, yes.
I've heard a rumor that there's a betrothment on the table between one of the Count families and Bianca Devonshire.
Oh.
Do any of you know anything about that?
Not at all.
No, because that's what's rumors. That's not what we need. So no, nothing.
What else
nothing.
are we going to do?
Oh, I
What
don't
else is there
know.
to do?
I did
Take
not
care of our
bring you-
families, work, just little things.
Work.
Elijah, I did not bring you with me back to good old London here to engage in rumors. If you have
You did
facts-
because you need someone to do this for you.
well,
Because
I,
you,
Sorry.
my dear AP, he says, tapping your thigh, tap, tap. You, my dear AP, as much as I care for you, my friend, are not built for this environment. You need someone to manage the rumors for you. Last I checked, there was a rumor going about that you were trying to, in fact, court the Duke.
Who wouldn't
Well,
want to? I mean,
This is
honestly,
true.
look at
Is that
me.
an opportunity? I'll take you up on that offer. You wish to be courted?
Listen,
I know I don't wish to
Elijah.
break any hearts. I'll say that,
Elijah.
but
Elijah, as we both know, rumors get people killed.
Back in the States, you'd be correct. Here in the town, it's a Thursday.
But because rumors can get people killed, I only operate in facts, my dear friend. If you
And
bring
I'm
evidence
here
of
to
these
discern.
rumors-
I am here to try to discern the facts from the rumors. I simply need to compile the rumors that are going abound in order to tell what is fact and what is fiction. That's all.
Well, to quell one of those rumors, my dear friend here, the Duke, While he is a lovely individual, I am not indeed trying to court the man, nor his
Hey.
lovely cousin. Which
She's
I've
quite
also-
gorgeous.
Yes, but she is married, and you know that I do not intrude.
Well, you know what they say about Americans and their tastes. He says as he
You should-
flips
you should
himself
ask-
away out of the conversation.
As he says, as he swiftly, you should tell my cousin that and see what she tells you. Go. You should ask her.
No, I'm
Let me
good.
be
I
the one to
enjoy
ask.
breathing. Thank you very much. I enjoy living.
Oh, yeah.
You see him disappear into a flock of bops, basically.
So you guys were speaking, my dear friends, about what he had said the other night. Bringing it right back to the conversation where it was left off as I bring my coffee cup to my lips and drink my Irish coffee. And I wink at Dick Brown.
I'm sorry. I may have said some things that maybe weren't. It was tired of fighting. Just kind of. I know and thank you for. I appreciate it, Beatrice. I do. So. It was no excuse. Just a hard night, but I said things I shouldn't have said, so I apologize.
Edgar Allan Poe look happy. Well, I will note an appointment with the Queen of the Ring tomorrow in the morning, since we have a party at night.
Not too early now.
Oh, are you expecting to be hungover?
Quite possibly.
All right at opening.
Opening would be 10 o'clock.
So you can just schedule a point. You can just. Wow, it must be pretty close to.
Oh, I have quite high
No.
connections.
Oh. Okay. Oh.
So, we're going to leave you all for a second and return to the Cavendish Fairfax household.
Yeah, as we're running, I just want to turn to Felicity and be like, so, who do you think that other ranger is? It seems like, the other team has rangers of their own.
I'm sure I don't know. I'm trying to fix my hair. It fell out of place, and I had Floria spent so long this morning on it. So if you ask me, I was thinking it was some sort of, I don't know. It seemed awfully convenient that it was simply like a reflection of Beatrice. And, well, I would like to think that it's copying us at something.
It is quite possible, but you know what? I think it's someone close within our circle, someone that we know very intimately. You know what I'm saying.
And she looks at him. I'm sure I do not. What do you mean?
It has to be that Bianca Devonshire.
What? It makes perfect sense.
Exactly.
Exactly. The Devonshires. Everyone knows that they can't possibly be that perfect.
Always trying to sully our good time and sully our names and trying to bring our companions down with us.
Exactly.
Absolutely abhorrent.
The nerve of them.
Ugh.
GM, have I heard rumor of the engagement?
You've heard rumor that Bianca is engaged. There's talks between the Devonshires and some Count family. They can't confirm which one yet. No one's been able to nail down who the proposed groom for Bianca is. Simply that their rank is that of within a Count family.
Did you hear? Someone is about to be married. That nasty fucking thing. Bianca.
Oh,
I
I can guarantee that it is just
Perfectly smooth
here-
skin.
I can guarantee that it's just hearsay. Who would dare to betroth themselves to? Oh, just the thought of it. Oh.
Well, I know I should feel sorry for whoever winds up to be on her hand.
As you guys enter into the house, you notice that there is a carriage out front from the Devonshire household.
Ah, I
Plus
take
they
my
had to come and
handkerchief.
rain upon us when we're wet already.
Ah, unbelievable! I throw down my handkerchief that I used to dab off my sweat from running.
Not only am I running and have my skits quite messed, I have to deal with the Devonshires.
Sister, we must compose ourselves. Let's do our breathing exercises. Ah, ah.
Right, I feel like I'm imposed.
As you guys continue walking forward, you see that the lady Devonshire, this would be Helena Devonshire, is walking out, and she is the epitome of English noblewoman. She is graceful, she is beautiful. She sees the two of you, bows a little bit. I apologize so much for what's going on with your brother. Our best wishes are with you during this time. Come,
Thank you
Beatrice.
for your
Sorry,
condolences.
come, Bianca. As you see Bianca Devonshire kind of kneeling down to, just bowing a little bit to you two as well.
Yeah,
I do hope they find them. I do hope they find them.
Thank you for your condolences. It is quite appreciated.
We haven't given up hope yet. We shall be sending out many a letter to find our dear Clovis.
Yes.
You kind of see a very small nudge from Helena to her daughter. If there's anything we can do to assist, we do have many shipping lanes that we do own. We are happy to send vessels to search for any sort of news across any of our shipping routes through the channels to assist you through this.
Thank you for your generosity. We haven't quite put our plan together yet, but we'll contact you.
Of course, something to
Yes,
keep in mind.
we do not wish to trouble you with our own misfortunes, but we thank you all the same.
Count, lady, she says as she dips to both of you, and the Devonshires load into their carriage and drive away.
Mother!
Oh,
Waltzing.
your mother,
Spoken like a true count. Spoken like a
your
true
mother
count.
is
Yeah.
sobbing. Your mother is not holding it together well. She is in the morning room, which is currently very somber. Your Henry Fairfax is there with her. Her husband's there with her, just holding her hand, trying to keep her calm through this. And at the very petulant cry of mother, Arthur Fairfax kind of appears at the top of the steps with a look.
Oh, hello, father.
Are we talking about Albert?
Albert Fairfax.
Brother.
Okay.
Albert Fairfax.
Oh, okay.
The older brother.
Yeah.
You see just his one eye, and there's a steely glare at you.
Hello.
Like a little smack from Felicity.
Dear brother.
Who's grieving?
And I do like a deep bow.
Sister, please go tend to the Lady Cavendish. I need words with Cadman.
Just bows, and there's like a little bit of a look.
This is the
exchanged.
harshest you have ever seen Albert act around you. And Albert comes down, and he actually grabs from the combination of waistcoat and shirt, lifts you up a little bit, and drags you into a drawing room.
Surely we could be formal about this.
You left your mother grieving.
I'm sorry. It was
Was it worth it? Whatever it is you ran off to do?
uh, it 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 was unfortunately it was news about Clovis. I found something
I
in
will not.
his.
I will not pry. It is your family's business in this, but my sister is involved, so I will be very clear with you, Cadman. I love you. I care for you. You are. I view you as a brother that I was never. I never had. Your elder brothers are. We grew too much apart from each other to ever become close. But I view you with a brotherly spirit, and I view your mother, well, not as my mother, as a matron of my family. You have been allowed indulgences unbecoming of a count, arguably unbecoming of a man.
My
But you
shoulders
are,
slump down as soon as he
but you
says
are a
that.
good person. You are a good person. You are a kind person at heart. You need to grow up. I have no softer words to say, soft way to say the words. You have much to grow up with. You have much to grow up with quickly. You say you have news of Clovis. What kind of news do you have? Is he alive?
Uh, no, y- y- yes. We found we found something that um shows that he's alive.
I will not
It
question or intuit. There are things in this world beyond my understanding that this will be one of those things. I believe you when you say this. I will not question the why or the how that you know these things. But until they return, you need to know what is important. Now,
y-
I am not here to threaten you. I am here to simply remind you of what is important. Your mother needs you. We will talk more tomorrow. Your father and I will talk with you more tomorrow.
yes,
My father and I will talk to you with you more tomorrow.
yes,
Go do.
I'll be sure to honor you and our dear family as the new Count Cavendish.
I honestly believe that you will, Cadman. You simply have to remember who you are, and you will always bring honor to this family.
Right. And he's just like kind of gripping the pocket watch in his hand as Albert is talking to him.
And you see Albert lose the tension. He reaches out and puts his hand on your shoulder. I'm happy that you and Felicity are okay. We heard rumors of there being more of those things from the Pavamati Ball out and about that happened over in Angel Crest Square today. Were you guys anywhere near that when that happened?
Oh, and this kills him a little bit because he doesn't want to lie to Albert. Oh no, we were nowhere near that. What happened there?
Oh, apparently there were individuals that showed up and were exceptionally gallant and did much good and saved many people.
Splendid. I'm glad that there is still honor in chivalry still alive.
There is. You are one such individual when you don't forget who you are, Cadman.
Right.
And Albert like cups your cheek in like a very just like a you're an idiot but I love you kind of way.
Yeah. Yeah. Makes sense.
No, just if Clovis is alive, the odds are they're both alive. And if they're both alive, they will both come home. You don't have to be the Count forever, but you just have to be the Count until they return.
Yes.
We will help you.
Thank you, Albert. Sure, hopefully this whole mess with with those rangers won't interfere. I'm gonna go see Mother.
You should do that.
And I like kind of like reach my like I'm like walking towards like my like the room that my mother's in, and I'm like kind of patting my pockets, and it's like, man, I really wish I had a flask like AP. Ugh. Yeah, and I'm going towards Felicity and my mom.
So yeah, Felicity, when you get there, yeah, you see your father and Lady Fairfax, and your father is just being there for her, and she is not holding it together well. You're muted.
Yeah, your sound's still not
Your
coming
sound's
through.
not coming through.
Maybe something got unplugged.
Switched and Zoom.
I'll just switch. Is this one?
There we go.
I just
Hey,
switched
there we go.
mics. I just switched mics. So, Mama, I found Cadman. He'll be in shortly.
He's all I have left, you know.
Mama, that's not true. Not all's lost.
No, sweetheart, you are here. I love you and I cherish you, but you're right, I have you as well. I apologize. The two of you are all I have left. Thank you for and you see her very just honestly and very, very compassionately reach out and just put a very chaste kiss on your forehead. Thank you for reminding me.
Of course, Mama. I shall. I know. I can play your favorite pieces.
That would be lovely.
All right. She'll go over to the piano and just start to play probably Claire de Lune and
Very
relaxing
soft,
pieces.
very...
Yeah.
And Cadman, you join in, not that far behind, and your sister is playing piano. The Lord Fairfax is consoling your mother, and your mother, upon seeing you, starts tearing up as she holds her hand up for you to take. Cadman?
Are you muted now?
Yep. Wait. Hello.
Yeah.
Hear me?
You're good. Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm assuming you didn't catch anything that I just
No,
said.
no, I didn't catch that.
Okay, no, that's fine. So basically, you come in. Felicity is playing on the piano. The Lord Fairfax is consoling your mother. Your mother, upon seeing you, she is barely holding together, not crying, as she extends a hand out to you to pull you into an embrace.
Mother. And I hold her tightly.
You're not going anywhere, are you?
No, no, I wouldn't think of it.
No, I couldn't take losing you too.
Don't worry, I'm here for you, and your sons are not lost. I'll make sure that they've returned. Count on that.
She smiles up at you. I'm always happy when you sound so confident about something. It has a way of always turning out. You know, there's a thing that your father always said that strikes true for all of you, all of my boys. He always said that fortune favors the foolish. And I love you, my son, but you are a fool. And she says this very sweetly,
Mhm.
and just, with just a little bit of a heartbreak in her voice. But you are a kind man. You will be a good count. In lieu of that, she looks over to Henry Fairfax, who just gives her a little nod. Every count needs a countess. This has been something that your father and I have been working through for quite a while. We have found you a match.
Oh, well then. When will I meet Lady Georgiana or and it's just like
It's not Lady Georgie. As you see, just Henry Fairfax just sighs just a little bit. As your mother just chuckles. No, no, my sweet boy. No, you will be marrying Bianca Devonshire.
There's
I
just this like thud on the piano.
yeah,
So
and I like drop my like pocket watch and it digs. Oh, whoops. Well, well. Look. Oh.
You don't still have that silly petty rivalry with them, do you? Henry Fairfax is looking between you and Felicity and Catman.
We would never, right, dear sister? We would
never.
never. We
Water onto the bridge just ages ago.
She is a woman
like a
of good
babbling
breeding.
brook.
She is a woman of excellent breeding, fantastic peerage. She is a known philanthropist among the people. She'll be a fantastic Countess Cavendish. This is not a request, Cadman. You
Right.
will court her. You will court her properly.
I'm not questioning the decisions. It is made with the utmost wisdom. But there weren't any other choices, right? That's why we
No, there were many choices. You were very eligible, Bet. You were even before you became the count. You were very eligible.
Yes, I know, but
No, we were not sure until Bianca came herself to give her condolences to your mother.
yeah.
But it has been confirmed. The contract is signed, but will not be submitted until after you've had a chance to properly court her.
Right. It would be an honor and a pleasure. Oh man, look at the time. It is quite late. It is, I should probably retire. New count and all. It is. Mother, you should rest too. We're all looking very very dreary with of all the family news and just all these festivities, and there's like, did you hear about these new strangers that's saving people? Quite wild. Quite.
So I'm imagining that at that news, both Cadman and Felicity quickly make their exit.
Yeah.
As you both clear out, we just hang for a moment on the elder couple as Henry looks down. I think he took it quite well, actually.
And like in our room, or like either like Felicity in my room or I'm in her room.
Yeah. We like silently, like fast paced, like up the stairs, and then like in the room.
we very gingerly close the door, and just the gall, unbelievable.
Thinking, how could we? What? Bianca?
It's like they don't even love us. Can you believe this?
I can't believe it. This is what's happening to us all.
This is dreadful. Absolutely dreadful.
I dine with her.
And I can't call Leopold my dear brother. I can't even say those words. It's quite detestable in my mouth.
In my mouth. Do you have a drink in
They're quite an
here?
easy combination of
Yes.
words, aren't they?
Wait, who says that? Who turned around?
Goodfellow. Goodfellow is sitting on the bed.
No time for your frivolities. We need drink. I'm just like, here, dear sister, drink up. And as she's drinking, I'm like instantly filling up mine up like again.
Felicity doesn't drink that much, but she does take a little bit and is like, but then takes another drink.
Tonight.
Yeah.
This is awful.
It's quite rude not to offer a guest a drink.
How about be some use? You can see that we're in quite
distressed right now.
Quite dire straits. Get the fainting couch. Good fellow.
Oh, you get to marry a beautiful woman.
Oh, you don't know half of it.
You don't even know the half of it.
No, you don't know Bianca like we do. No
She's
one's that
kept your
good.
secret so far.
What about our courtship? No, I'm pretty sure
He
everybody
steps
knows
down
that.
and disappears under the bed with the echo of "not the secret I'm talking about."
What is he talking about? And I
immediately dive to the bed.
I slam down to the floor and I look under the
Gone.
bed. I'm like carrying.
Gone.
How does he do it? Need to get the fainting couch. Ah.
Scott, do we have enough time for one more scene? Perfect. Two more. One small one, one
Ugh.
actual scene. So, Arthur, Percy,
Yeah.
Blackwood,
Yeah.
you are in. Your friends have left you. You are back home. You are sitting in the Blackwood tree, drink in hand, staring at the purple door.
I don't know how many times I told myself if I could go back, I would change it all. But what's the point? You don't change it in real time. And he takes a swig. And then he opens the door, steps in. This would be the at least fifth or sixth time that he's tried.
Captain Blackwood! Captain Blackwood!
I just put out my hand for the envelope.
He places it in your hand. Captain Blackwood, the 112th Cavalry Company has been ordered. Blah, 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 blah.
The hell do you want me to do?
Do what you do best. Fight.
That's what I've been doing. It doesn't change anything. Nothing changes. And he looks around like realizing somebody's talking to him like, wait.
As you look around, you see that the battlefield around you is frozen. As this figure in all black with gold accents, a cape hanging off of one of his shoulders, brushing the ground, an obsidian black, fully smooth helmet with golden eyes peering from it. This is someone who resonates with you the way that Celestor and Morphia has. There's this feeling of power.
Now, who might you be? Friend or foe?
Observer.
Observer. I'm with the point. I charge into battle, my men die. We die. Well, I don't die. They die. If I leave the fight, it doesn't change anything. We still stay here, and it's a perpetual. So what is it that I'm missing? Because when I fight, it don't matter. When I don't fight, it don't matter. I know this.
You see him seeming to debate something for a moment.
Just let it
before
it's a lie.
Before he snaps his fingers, you now see from this battle from a top point of view. You are hovering above it with him. And you see, looking around from an observer's point of view, you are a strong man, Arthur Percy Blackwood, to throw yourself into this hell time and time and time again. You have done so enough times. Fools and those with strengths are off the same thing. I'm partial to both. Which is why I'm here bending a rule that if one of them found out about would probably he would whine and moan complaining about unfairness, but he broke some rules, so therefore I'm allowed to break some on Morpheus' behalf. Look down. And as you look down, you see that the hill that you were sent to claim is just too fortified from the front. Now, back when I was young is the wrong word for it. Back when men of the time when I was most active fought upon horseback, they never charged straight into things. So he says as you see him kind of shift and turn the battlefield, and you see that there's a wood on the side of the hill, and the side embankments of this valley leading up to the hill are not as well fortified in any matter of perspection. You charge headlong into things without first taking a moment to think and view. It is something that Blackwoods have done since time immemorial. Don't worry, you're not the first one to do it. But think of the animal in which you are connected to. How does an owl see the world?
And not through his big eyes.
From above, as well. Sometimes, Arthur Percy Blackwood, in order to truly see, you must change your perspective. You assaulted, yes, but you always assaulted the thing in front of you. I will reset this. You will forget our conversation, but you will have a memory. Follow it this time. You just walked in. Captain Blackwood, Captain Blackwood.
Hand me the letter.
He hands you the letter.
Well, now, what do we have here?
Captain Blackwood, you and the 112th Cavalry Division has been ordered to take the southmost hill, garrisoning into Gettysburg. In order to do so, to alleviate Southern pressure and open a pathway deeper to the south for further campaign.
Now, but you said I have a memory of this, so it's like I kind of know it's there.
You have an idea that you know that that a frontal assault will not work.
But yeah, and I know according to the information that they assumed they had the wrong information on the front because that was what led us to
Correct.
to the defeat.
Correct.
We don't know if this information is correct. We need to take a
Sir?
look and then what?
I agree. This was a rushed order. Do you want me to dispatch some of our boys around to the side, take a look?
Yes, do so. If we can find a better opening, we should take it.
And you do. You charge around and you see that through the woods, the reason why no one thought of the woods originally is they thought that it would be too dangerous for the horses with gnarled roots. But these weren't just forest. This was tended orchard. The rows are clear in between. No one actually looked at the land when they gave you your order for this. There's a clean shot straight to the top of the hill. All you have to do is take it.
Well, even if it's not real, I should at least take it here so I can see what could have happened. Men, going this way.
And as you charge, the world around you goes quiet with the wooded trees as it is soon just you on a horse, and then as you pass by a tree, you are no longer on a horse, you are walking, and there is silence around you. It is night with a full moon hanging in the sky, breaking through the tree. Have you learned your lesson? You hear from up and behind you.
Yeah, don't always rush in or trust the information you're given. Sometimes you need to do a little bit of recon. Find a weakness before you strike.
Very good. You hear a fluttering as you see in front of you now, rising up, the size of, the size of the height of your own townhouse. This beautiful purple and silver eagle-like construction. It's not animal, it's not machine. As it ruffles, you can see the multitude of feathers shift and bend as it looks down at you with a final ruffle as the wood around you clears and you see the doorway back.
So will you be my eyes? And I put my hand up towards it.
You see it shift, and it shifts, putting forward a foot taller than you are, as it puts a talon down onto your hand, and you know that you will never be alone in a fight again.
And then I'll walk out the door.
Did you find what you need?
Well, I found what I guess I found what I need, though it doesn't change what's happened. Hopefully it'll change what can happen.
I know your friend thinks me cruel. Thinks all of us fake cruel. If it helps, I did not design how this works. I'm simply here to help guide you through them.
Well, in America we say it is what it is.
Good night, Count Blackwood.
Good evening to you as well.
And you wake up with a knock on your door from Grimbrook. Sir, you told me to make sure you're awake in time to make it to the Coliseum before it's open.
Not at 10, before 10. I have to be there by 10. Please tell me you
No.
did not wake me up at 10.
Oh, no, sir, no, sir. It is 9:15. You have plenty of time.
Thank God. Where's my whiskey?
I would not recommend that, sir.
Already taking a swig as he's getting up.
You go and take a swig and it's water.
You tell Elijah he's going to be living on the street if he switches my whiskey out one more time.
May I suggest a pot of coffee, sir?
You can suggest it. Don't mean I want it.
Might I firmly suggest a pot of coffee, sir?
I don't have time for coffee. I'm getting dressed and I'm taking one of these other ones. And then he grabs another flask, smells it this time. All right, this one's good. Puts it in his coat, and he'll head out.
As you walk out, he actually has a cup of coffee waiting for you.
Oh, good. Something to wash down my liquor. I'll take it with me.
You make it to the Coliseum, which is a beautiful marble-fronted edifice, known for more than just boxing. It's kind of a complex for many things. The main draw of it, though, is that this is the boxing and prize fighting center of London. And it is ruled with an iron fist by the Queen of the Ring.
I will make my way to the entrance and find somebody to guide me to where I need to be.
As you come in and you see there's a very large gentleman with a broom kind of just sweeping up. He looks a little bit like Elijah Thorne. If someone put Elijah Thorne and just like fed him just straight beef for like 6 years.
Now, I remember Elijah last night. We were talking about it. Was it a cousin or brother? Are you a Thorne, my good man?
Why, yes, I am.
Well, do you know Elijah? He is a friend of mine.
My cousin, yes.
Cousin,
oh,
yes.
you must be the Blackwood fellow. Come,
Yeah.
come. The queen expects you.
Oh, well, good. Thank you. Would you like some of this fine whiskey here?
Oh, I don't drink I don't drink on games before I have a match.
Oh, you have a match tonight. I feel bad for.
I have a match in about 2 hours.
Oh, well, I feel bad for whoever's fighting you. Biggin.
Well, you are the Count Blackwood, right?
That is correct. I'm not. If you're worried about my dear cousin, I am not that individual.
I'm not worried about him. He's who I'm fighting.
Oh, the lad. I might have to stay around for that one.
Please do. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm just letting you know.
Please hurt him, but do not break anything. I may need him to do other things. I mean, other than a nose. No arms or legs. I need those functional.
No, sir. No, sir. No arms, no legs, no fingers, no toes.
Fair enough.
Do you mind if I break a rib?
You don't need to breathe too hard. He ain't going to be running anywhere, so that's fine.
Thank you very much, sir. He says as he brings you up and like opens the door leading into... Beatrice, what does the Queen of the Ring's office look like?
So the first thing that sort of assails you as the door swings open is the smell of warm whiskey, old parchment, and the subtle kind of woodsy, smoky tones of juniper and cedar. The space has dark, hardwood polished floors adorned by a black and kind of pale gold trimmings wool rug. There's like fabric wallpaper on the walls and sort of the subtle Prince Roland's marble pattern in a cream color with just a matching Rivelian border. And all the furnitures are deep, rich red mahogany, all polished just as the floor is. There is a large bookcase at the back with some filing drawers on the bottom. Some of the books are just rules and ledgers, collections of advertising and reports, as well as some trophies and boxing paraphernalia. On the walls, there's frames of various letters and stories, one side being of the Queensberry family, the Douglas family, letters from the Marquess of Queensberry, giving his approval of the Colosseum and Beatrice's work. On the other side is just various prize fighters. One seems to have a more centered stage of a woman sort of bare-fisted from a century before, and she has just a little more frames of articles. Elizabeth Wilkinson. And in the center of the room, against a very imposing mahogany desk with two leather-bound chairs in front, Beatrice sits in the swivel, large leather chair behind it, her circular silver frames on face as she's signing away on different ledgers and papers, and not even glancing up, says, "Oh, Count Blackwood, good. Please take a seat."
Well, I knew you were someone that I could ride the river with. I like your setup here.
And Beatrice does look different when she is in work mode at the Colosseum, where she has, her loose hair in a bun and wears, fashion typical enough of the time, but still a little different to match her sensibilities. Here, she just has this single long French braid that she will wrap it up in a bun when she's ready to enter a fight. And she has more of what resembles her traditional riding habit, so it looks more like a suit on her. She's like, all right, well, I must say I was also quite delighted when you came in to our dear country with Badrick. Gave me some excitement. I get so bored of these social shits. And then she walks over to a side cabinet that has, which you can already see through the glass of the door, it has various liquor bottles and glasses in it. It's like, take a seat, keep that flask away. I will not have you do me insult and not drink what I provide in my realm. And she starts opening the cabinet and prepping a scotch.
This is your home, your way, your rules. He puts his flask away.
Good man. And she'll place the glass in front of you and go back behind the desk. Well, I have papers just for formalities, but I'm guessing our dear Thorn has already told you he is fighting your cousin.
He is. And I spoke to the wonderful large man you have out there, and I just asked him not to break any arms, fingers, or legs. Rib or nose, that's fine. But
we do have rules. We do have rules, as my wonderful uncle has presented. Don't really bare knuckle it anymore, so he'll be mostly fine. Mostly fine. It's just we don't want to kill people.
Yeah, well, fair, because then you'd be working outside the law, and we don't want that now.
Yeah, exactly. But here's the formal papers, so you know exactly what the payouts are. Of course, the Coliseum will take a major cut since he owes us the most.
Of course.
But as the Count of the Blackwood Estate, you will decide if he shall have the remaining for his own pleasure, or if he must owe anyone else.
Well, I think you should get a small portion of what's left, and the rest should go to the house to pay his debts. And he should know that he's getting a small portion for his fight, while the rest is going towards his debt until it's paid off. Unless he has a better solution on how to come up with that money quick, this, I think, will be the most beneficial.
All right, sounds good. And she just kind of shuffles papers, makes them nice and neat and perfect in a file, puts a little paperclip on it, hands it to you.
I must say, I like this look equally as much as I like your other look. This is something I'd be more accustomed to back home. All this fanciness. And you notice that he's not wearing all the fancy stuff himself. He's actually wearing more normal clothes when he came out today. But this is more to my kind, my liking. So,
yes, this is a Beatrice that doesn't present herself much outside of the office, but...
Now, I have a question unrelated to my dear cousin. I'm pretty sure the Duke has no idea of this side of you. Do the others know? Or Is this something that would shock everyone? I mean, I'm just curious because I don't want to go and say something if this is something you wish to keep private.
Oh, I wouldn't worry. I mean, Badrick will learn soon enough. And Cadmond has actually taken up an offer I gave him a year or so back to be part of the League. We, in fact, have fought in a duo match together, side by side.
Well, I wouldn't mind getting involved in those one of these days myself.
And I,
I'd
like,
love
already
that.
put a paper down in front of you. Whenever you're ready.
As long as I get to team up with you the first time, at least. And he'll sign it too. I mean, I don't know when I'll be able to with all
Of course, there is
responsibilities.
exceptions for our members of peerage who have duties, of course.
Yeah, no.
You
Well,
are, as a member, you'll have access to the gym for training. A small fee for the gloves, of course, if you don't have a pair yourself. I'm sure Cadman, when he hears of this, he'll excitedly introduce you to the clubs for all of it.
well, fair enough. I would love to use your gym. Gotta work up so I can hit that gentleman from last night nice and right in the face next time I see him.
That would very much be a wonderful thing to see. And I, like, have my own glass of scotch now, and I'm just raise it. And then I wait for you to take a sip.
As I say, you notice that I actually have a coffee mug that I brought with me from my home that I poured your scotch into. So I clink your glass of scotch with my mug. And there's no coffee left in it. I drink all the coffee. I just use the mug for the liquor. No sense in dirty in another glass.
I mean, I poured it in there already.
Oh, did you? All right, well then he'll take that. That's fine.
You must drink the liquor from the appropriate glass.
Fair enough.
Of any class, I'm going to teach you. This is the one of the most importance of drinking the alcohol from the correct glasses. The decanting.
On this tirade,
mad
is
as a
where we're
mule
gonna
chewing
zoom
bubble.
out.
Yeah.
This is where we zoom out upon this tirade of Beatrice B. Douglas trying to force some civility into the cowboy count with a hammer
On
if
liquor.
need be.
Yeah.
On the liquor. And with that, we will see everybody next time.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Guten Tag.
Thanks for watching.